is that? Hello and welcome to this Xbox Life, episode 368, free DLC. I am one of your hosts, Brun, BJ Swick 33, and along with me is Rob, also known as...
Presar, what's
There,
up, everybody?
there we go. I didn't want to announce you, or, announce who you are completely, since you give me crap on it.
Okay.
Wingman 709 is not with us today. He had something come up last minute, so which is okay. Everything's okay. We're good to go. He should be back next week. I think next week is his last week for the rest of the year. So we might have to
Yeah,
do our
isn't he off on assignment to cover E3?
yes off on assignment covering
Yeah,
E3.
he's traveling to E3 right now.
Yeah. So you'll notice that I have my setup is back finally. Thank you. A guy actually, my Behringer board had issues. Called them. It was under warranty. They sent it to a guy in Cincinnati. He did a wonderful job working and looking at my other board and finding the defects. Contacted the company. They sent me a brand new one. Um, and this one I can tell you is feels so much. It's solid. And I really started to think mine was bent and had an issue with the power cord and a couple other things
Or
because this,
warped.
yeah, it was warped or
Yeah.
something. But they did the right thing. Didn't cost me anything. A little bit of time, but that's why we all have setups.
And I'm so glad it's back.
Yeah. So that little hiccup that you heard there, that was XSplit doing something funky. I don't know exactly what it was because I also got an SSD drive and put that in my machine. I got a free, nice, clean build. My machine is super quick right now, so I should sound good. I know I look good. I mean, come on.
Oh, well, that goes without saying, right?
Yes, me and my Ohio State shirt. We're going to the Fiesta Bowl because we had to lose a game this year to somebody we shouldn't have lost to. But so we're here. We got people in Twitch chatting already. Hello, guys. Hi, Carbide. We have announcements of our winners for our two $30 giveaways. That'll be coming up right before Roundtable. And of course, before we start all that, we are live every Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the first thing we usually talk about is what we've been playing. I have a list of games. You have one game.
Yep.
Is that truthful, one game? Or are you just pulling my leg again?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Usually you put one game and then you talk about eight.
Oh,
So,
well, I'm going to talk about this one game, and I'll mention another one,
so,
but it doesn't really count.
yep. So, all right. Well, you go first. You go
Okay.
first.
So for me, it's been a pretty light week. A lot of stuff going on, with tons of other stuff. uh, in my life, I guess. And all I've really played is just a little bit of Just Cause 2. And I haven't ventured into Just Cause 3 territory yet. And I've just I've made a decision with all these sales and stuff and all these games that are coming out. There's no point in buying stuff. I'm so backlogged in
Yeah.
games. I've so much stuff that's unplayed. There's no point in buying anything on release day right now, at least for the next couple of weeks, months, or whatnot. I want Just Cause 3. It's gonna wait. It's gonna wait until it's discounted or something, because the fact that you can buy these games at an impulse is so harsh on the pocketbook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where you can just sit there and go, I want it.
Yeah.
And you can play it right away. But there's so much stuff that I haven't even touched. I've downloaded games, especially like a lot of these that we get free all the time.
Right.
I haven't even tried them.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I know exactly what you mean. That's the impulse buying and stuff. I completely understand that. That's why
Yeah.
I have the wife check. I don't know if you have, if you know what that is.
No,
That's where
no.
I say kind of out loud, like, "Hey, I really want to buy Fallout 4," and my wife says no. So that's my wife check. That prevents my impulse buying.
Dude, why would you want to do that? That's crazy.
I don't know. Here, watch. Listen.
There's something wrong with you.
I want to buy Fallout 4. Oh, she said she'll Xbox Xbox block me that time, so I'm gonna be
Nice.
patient.
Okay.
So, no, but yeah, that's what you gotta have. You gotta have the wife check.
Yeah,
So
it's an interesting feature that you got over there.
yeah,
I don't know if I'd want that myself, but if it works for you,
yep,
fine.
yep.
But yeah, so I've put like a hold on purchasing
Hmm.
for the time being and, until something changes. Just there's just so much out there. It is it's just silly. It's just silly to buy stuff, play it for just a little bit, and then move on to the next thing.
Yeah, I mean, I know my next purchase. I
This year
think.
or next year?
Well, nothing this year. I'm done
So
for
you're
the
done.
year.
Okay.
I think my next purchase is man, is it the Division?
That's a
I
ways off.
I know, but there's stuff coming in February, but I don't know if any of it's there unless I go and buy Fallout 4 for real. Buy Fallout 4 next year. But I don't know if I'm even going to get that on Xbox. I think I might be grabbing that on PC, but we will find out.
Okay.
But yeah, so Just Cause 2, huh? That's what you're playing.
Yeah, Just Cause 2. And then well, I was going to talk about Shadow Complex, but we'll talk about that in the roundtable.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think that's really about it. So what have you been up to?
Okay. Talking about a lot of games, right? A lot of stuff out. So,
Hmm.
you know, last week I think it was like Destiny and Star Wars Battlefront is what I was playing mostly of,
Yes,
and
yes.
actually I played Tomb Raider Definitive Edition and started Rise of the Tomb Raider. So I played a little bit more of Rise of the Tomb Raider, the and then I played some Just Cause 3, just for a little bit because I didn't play Just Cause 2, so I don't know what this game's all about. All I've heard, it was just fun to like cause havoc. Like almost it was just like all the fun havoc that you would cause in um, GTA. That's what you're supposed to do in Just Cause. Is that right? Does that kind of make sense? And I heard about the
Yeah, yeah,
grappling and things like that. So I was like,
yeah.
well, I'll try Just Cause 3. So I popped it in, started playing it. First thing I know, it's from Square Enix, and I like a lot of Square Enix games. I
Yep.
mean, I like Hitman and wait, Hitman Square Enix, right? Yeah,
Maybe.
and Deus Ex is Square Enix, I believe.
Okay.
But like,
Sounds good.
yeah, there's a number of games.
They have a lot.
The load. Okay, so I don't want to knock the game because I don't want to like. I had fun. I had some fun playing it, but the load times and the number of times that it has to load is completely ridiculous
Really?
on our generation of console. I don't know if anybody else. I would love to hear other people's input on this. So I'm not saying it's a bad game or anything, but what all I'm saying is like, you know, I have an Xbox One, has all this RAM, all this, how fast it is. I have so much space of hard, like I have all this latest console, and I feel like that thing loads all of the time. Like it'll go into a cutscene, and then then it has to load into another part, and then like every cutscene that happens, which happens pretty regularly right at the beginning, it's loading, and then it's loading, and it's loading. I mean, it's just constant, and it really drove me nuts. I was like, all right, I don't know if I'll be playing this much longer than
Oh
just
wow.
what I did
Okay.
there. Even though I kind of had fun and got to blow stuff up and things like that, it was just like played for 15 minutes and spent 5 minutes on load screens. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's horrible. So
Oh wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Now the other game I played, which I knew I was going to have some fun, but I didn't know I was going to have this much fun. And I was sitting there thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't play Star Wars Battlefront at all this week. And I'm
Okay.
gonna say what it is, and then I'm gonna kind of go back to what I said like a month ago.
Right.
Is I was playing Rainbow Six Siege. The game is
Okay.
so much fun with your friends. It is so much fun. Multiplayer's fun. Terrorist hunt's fun. I mean, I just had a blast playing with people, playing with
Hmm.
Carbide and Xbox Record that and Mojo and oh my gosh, Wing. I mean, there's just a bunch of people that were in there. 2 different days. Like I think I'm like a level 10 or almost 11 or something like that. Um, The game is so much fun, and the thing I wanted to say was one I wanted to go back about a month is when they delayed to December 1st. I was just like, they're going to get crushed. They're going to get
Oh, with
crushed
all the other
with
titles
all the other
that
titles.
way.
Like Halo's out, people love Halo multiplayer, and then Star Wars Battlefront. That was the big one. I didn't play Star Wars Battlefront at all this week, and it's because I was too consumed with Siege because it is so much fun. It is a blast. Um, there's just so many fun parts in it. Like one of them today was, um, I think it was Xbox Record that and I were kind of going into this room. We were attacking. There was a guy defending. There was only it was 2v1. So we were going around and he had to shield. He'd peek around and the guy would shoot at him. So it's like, whoa, whoa, wait, whoa, wait. I had the guy, his name's Fuse, and he's got this thing you stick on the wall and it pops like 4 or 5 puck grenades through the wall into the room, the other room. So I walked up and I noticed that the guy is up against a wall that has this, wall I could put that on. So I freaking put that thing on there and you just hear him chucking out there. And all of a sudden it's like round one because I ended up killing the guy with those things. It's like, it's so fun. And we were talking about today, like how intense you feel. Like you're defending a room, you got it all boarded up. And then all of a sudden in the distance, you hear this explosion, like this rumble. And it kind of shakes a little bit. And you're like, they're coming. Which way do you
Yeah.
hear that? And you hear people going, my door, my door. And all of a sudden people start shooting everywhere and you just start freaking out. And, Carbide's in the chat right now. And I know he knows exactly what I'm talking about because we were playing today. And I think it was actually, he was the one saying this to me, him and Xbox Record that. It's just so tense. And you just, you're shaking and you're wondering what's going on. And then when it's like 2v1 and you're the one and you end up killing both guys and you're just like, everybody's like, yeah. And, yells when everybody gets excited when you win. It is so much fun. I can't believe, based on the beta that I played, because I wasn't in the closed second beta after they delayed it. Based on the beta
Right.
I played, I was just like, oh man, this is rough. I kind of put it on hold,
You,
and that's what made my decision to buy Star Wars Battlefront. If they would have put this one out for the first beta that I played, I'd have completely reversed my purchase. I would have just said, well, I'll hold off on Battlefront and I'll get this instead because it is a blast. So anybody who is kind of sitting on there wondering, should I get Siege or should I put the money on there? It it is so much fun. It is definitely worth it. So, um, yeah, if you're thinking about, like Rob, like yourself, it's like, I'm not going to buy any more games this year. Hey, that's cool, great decision. But when you do decide to buy a game, if you really want to get into a multiplayer game, um, that's one that you should get, Rob. You'd have so much fun.
I was going to ask about that because I can't keep straight which games people were playing over the last couple of months because I know there's a couple betas
Yeah,
and I remember which was which. But I remember people being all over the place on a couple of them, and I thought it was Siege,
yeah, yeah,
where
yeah,
wasn't like Wing kind of, I don't not trash talking it, but upset about it and how it was after a while. And
yeah. It was, and the thing is I really think that the delay that they had, and that's why I said, come back is the delay that they had, and we were all just, I mean, I don't want to say all, we all, but
Mhm.
I was saying this is a disaster. They're really messing up. I think that delay was the best thing they ever did because that game is completely different than I think that initial beta. It's they cleaned some stuff up now. One exception: they really need to get their servers together. Their servers are horrendous right now. So constantly dropped, takes forever to log in. I mean, they really got to get that fixed. And you figure that would be one thing they would have after all these betas that they did. But
Right.
yeah, yeah. So and I said in Twitch because we're live on Twitch right now. Carbide's in here and he says the beta was good. It's just a lot better. It's just better since then. So which is a true statement. It was good. It was fun. I had fun during the beta, but they made it a lot better. So they did a
So
good job.
would would it be fair to say that this game is an example of where it might not be fair to judge a game based off of a beta because a beta is not a trial? because the final product can be a lot different, and it
Yeah,
seems like this one definitely was.
yeah. Well, it's hard to call something. To me, it's hard to call something a beta when you're putting it out so close to release. But
Yeah,
they put the beta out and then they delayed for a couple months.
right.
And so they were taking, to me, they took what they learned from the beta and they made it better. So yes, this beta was actually, you could say that. I would agree
Okay.
with that. Yep. So, but yeah, Siege is a blast. Now, I know Wingman, like I said, Wingman's not here today, but I know he's listening. Um, the horrendous season pass
Oh yeah,
of
that's right.
Siege. Um, none of us were big fans of it or whatever. I'll just say somebody bought it. Somebody bought the season pass for Siege.
You bought it? No, it
Well,
was a
I
friend
didn't.
of
I
yours,
didn't
right?
say me. I just said somebody.
Well, hey, we all know that lingo. When
Yeah.
you say like I know somebody
Yeah.
or it was a friend of mine that bought it, that
We
means you bought it.
One of our friends
You
purchased
bought it. Is his name Brun?
one of our
Does his name
friends.
begin with a B?
No,
Does he like to wear red shirts?
no. Let's just
No?
say
Okay.
he's not present today, but he is our friend.
Okay.
So, all right, we'll leave it at that, and we'll let him explain himself next time when he's on the show. Oh, did I give it away there? We'll have to let him give us the reason why.
Explain
We
yourself.
explain yourself. But yeah. But yeah, sorry. That's what I was playing. Mark, I know Mark was playing. Was
Yeah.
playing Siege, so you guys can catch us on there. It's a blast. It's a blast. I can't wait. I want to hook up with Carbide and Xbox Record that, or anybody is playing Siege again, and I want to play some more. One more thing. Sorry, I wanted to continue, but I have to say this.
Sure, go ahead.
Sorry, Mojo. I have to apologize to Mojo because you know those funny moments we were talking about during the beta when your friend pops around the corner and you shoot him.
Yeah.
I think Mojo died like 3 times, and I killed him 2 of the 3 times, and he was on my team.
Whoops.
Yeah, one time he popped around the corner, and then the other time I thought I was the medic, and I tried to pull out the little gun because like the medic comes with a little gun you can shoot the guy with, and it'll revive him. And I thought I hit the button, but it was still my pistol, and I just ended up finishing him off instead of instead of reviving him. Um,
Finish him.
yeah, and then one other time is pretty funny because I think it was 5-on-4, and we end up losing the round, but Carbide ended up killing 2 of us of his own teammates. So it was really 5-on-2 after he's done murdering his partners in crime. So, but yeah, it is definitely a good game to play.
Friendly fire sucks.
Yep, definitely, definitely stinks. But all right, cool. So that is what we were playing. Anything else for I continue?
Mm, no, I don't think so.
Okay. We are on patreon.com. If you'd like to support the show, it's patreon.com/this Xbox Life. Or you can leave us a tip on Twitch alerts.com/donate/this Xbox Life. So it's just a couple ways to help out the show if you like what you hear. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And now I'm gonna do my ever famous and one more thing,
Okay.
even though I just said there wasn't anything.
Okay.
I just wanted to make a comment on the dashboard, the new dashboard that we've had now for what, about 3 weeks,
Sure.
4 weeks, something like that.
Some of us months.
Yes, yes. And I have to say that now running the same dash basically for 3 weeks has almost been like a pleasant surprise from the constant updates, because I think that a lot of the issues that I had were actually because of the constant updating that we had.
Mm-hmm.
The slowness is all gone. It's responsive. It just boots up. It functions the way it should. And I
Right.
think a lot of the issues that I had in the past were just maybe caches rebuilding because it was a new version all the time every time I started up. So I'm actually very pleased with how things are going so far. Rather, or let me rephrase that. I don't have any complaints at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So I just wanted to throw that out, and hopefully other people's experiences are the same.
Yeah, mine's been good. Mine's been
Yeah.
good. So
So they, with all that stuff and the pain that people had over the past couple of months while they were testing the early releases, hopefully it was worth it in the end. so that everybody could have a good experience.
Yeah. All right. So before we get to the roundtable, which I have a couple, slow news week, we have a couple things to hit, and then we'll talk about the Game of the Year show or Game Awards show 2015 was this week. We can discuss those real fast. Is last week we gave away $60 card, and then we challenged everybody to a question, and then we took those responses and drew two out of that for two $30 cards. So what the question was for, and we kind of hit it for those long-term listeners or long-time listeners, I should say, is what was Wingman really known for? So when it came to gaming, what was he really known for? And we got a number of responses from, some people mentioned Titanfall. He's really known for Titanfall because I think he was a Gen 10 Titanfall type of person. One person said friendly fire, which is true, but not exactly what we're looking for. So we were really, because people really nailed it on the head, nailed the hammer or nailed the nail on the head. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah. So, and what we were looking for was he killed his teammates with the grenades. So Graw 2, he tossed grenade, ended up killing his team and stuff like that. That story there, I think, is what we were trying to get on, and we got a number of those that answered correctly, and we took those in the number generator, and he sent me the winners before when he emailed said he was going to be able to make it tonight, and the winners are Dawn of Time BC. So Don gets a $30 card. Mark will be sending you out your code via Xbox Live. And our second winner is Carbide. So Carbide also gets a $30 card. So I would tell Carbide to put that toward Siege, but I know already has it. But maybe he can buy that season pass if he was, didn't want to buy it, but now he can. So, but Mark will get a hold of you guys via Xbox Live and send you guys out your codes. So, thank you for listening, everybody. We'll continue to give stuff out. I imagine here soon. So, but we'll let you guys know the week ahead or before we do that. So, all right. So, roundtable. More DLC. Free DLC is the name of the show. It seems like we got a number of announcements on DLC. Rise of the Tomb Raider add-on content was detailed. So, for all you Tomb Raider fans, it looks like you're going to get an endurance. There's an endurance mode available December 29th. And then I want to say Baba Yaga. Is that how you say
Yeah,
that?
that's correct. Yeah.
The Temple of the Witch will be available in early 2016. So those were the two things. And oh, sorry,
Yeah,
there's
that's
more.
like an old kid story,
Yeah,
Baba Yaga. It's think of it like Hansel and Gretel and
right.
all those. They're not fables. I don't know what you call them. Kid stories.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Yeah. Cold Darkness Awakened is available also in 2016. So you got a early 2016, another one available in 2016. Now these all have little explanations to them. I don't want to read into everything on there. Also included though would be expedition card packs. Set of 5 expedition cards guaranteed to contain at least one uncommon card. I'm not exactly sure what the card packs do for you.
They're like little power-ups.
Oh, is that okay? I'm playing the game. Maybe I just don't know what they are yet.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
There was that other game that had the cards. Oh, what was it? Was it Titanfall?
Well, yeah, they have cards, but I don't know what you would use a card for. But no, regardless. But
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then all new outfits and weapon skins. So available now is the Siberian Ranger pack, which I saw that I can unlock when I get some more furs or whatever. Then you'll have the Prophets Legacy pack in 2016. Also in 2016, you have an Ancient Vanguard pack and the Wilderness Survival pack or Survivor pack. Sorry. So all that is some of the Rise of the Tomb Raider DLC. Now, for anybody who hasn't played Rise of the Tomb Raider or was thinking about getting it, obviously we're an Xbox related podcast, but it's definitely fun. It's definitely a good game. You know, I'm enjoying it, which should
It's fantastic.
yeah, it is definitely a good one. So, speaking of good games, I have a great game for you.
What's that?
And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
next
There we
year.
go.
And it's next year. And it's probably cheap. But it's Rocket League. I've talked about it on this podcast before when it was PC and PS4. It is coming to Xbox One in February. We already kind of knew that. But the cool thing is since it's on Xbox, you can have certain Xbox cars and stuff in there. So like the not the mongoose, but the oh my gosh.
Warthog?
Yes, thank you. It's just slipped my mind. Warthog from Halo, and then also the Gears of War.
Armadillo?
Armadillo is also. Thank you. You've been reading.
You're welcome.
Have you been reading? um, Armadillo's in there. Actually, if you watch the video that announcing it, it's those two cars versus each other. It looks so. I can't wait. I'm buying it again. It is that game is so
Really?
much fun. Oh my gosh, it's a blast. It is so much fun. It is definitely one of those like siege type of moments when you get a group of people together that really like to play and have a good time. So
Okay.
yep, that is coming in February. So and those two cars on there are awesome. So I bought the DLC. I've bought all the DLC on the PC, and I
There's
got the
DLC for this thing?
yeah yeah
Oh, jeez.
yeah. Well, there's new cars and stuff, but on
Yeah.
Back to the Future Day, the 21st of October,
Yeah.
they released a new car. It was the DeLorean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. Like, so I have the DeLorean, and when you hit a person at the right time, like at the right boost and right speed, you'll blow them up. You've played Rocket League, haven't you?
Never.
Oh
No.
my gosh, Rob, you're killing me. But you blow up your car, and it just like makes a boom, like a explosion or whatever. The explosion for the DeLorean was the two streaks with the spinning license plate.
Oh, like with the fire
Yeah,
streaks?
yeah. And then
Okay.
it said, what's the saying? What was the saying that it put on there? Something time, out of time. It just put like out of time, and then had the two streaks with a spinning license plate. It's awesome. So it's very good, great game. So that's in February. Um, so those are most like you're gonna pay for Rocket League. That's a game, but for the DLC on Tomb Raider, I think they have a season pass. You'll probably get it for free there, or else you're gonna have to pay for it. Free DLC. You want to talk about a game that I think is doing some things right, and you gotta love them for it. Is 343 Microsoft and the group with Halo 5, because they announced at the awards show that there's some DLC on the way and it's free. So what you're going to get, the update is called the Cartographer's Gift. Will add the biggest and most improved Forge mode ever. Additional content that will come with it includes new Warzone map, Battle of, I'm going to say Noctis, hopefully I said that right, arena map called Overgrowth, and a new big team battle maps, Antifreeze and Burial Mounds. The update will also add more than 30 new recs for armor, weapons, emblems, and more. So that is all coming in 2016 and beyond. Or well, they actually teased much more than that. So, but yeah, actually
Okay.
that's coming in December, and then there's more to come in 2016.
Okay.
So, but yeah, very good. So free, you can't beat free, right?
Free 99.
Yes. So, all right.
Did you skip something?
Did I skip something? No. I wanted to move it to this because we're going to talk a little bit about that. Those are more just like
Okay.
quick hits there. So anybody who knows the show knows that Rob It's more tied to Rob, I guess, than myself. Even though I think we both love it equally. You
I
know,
gush about it
yeah,
more than
yeah,
you do.
yeah. It's like we're the parents. um, is Shadow Complex, right, Rob?
Oh yeah,
So
definitely.
I'll let you let everybody know all the great news. Have at it.
Oh yeah. Okay. So Shadow Complex is a game that came out initially, what, in 2008, maybe 2009, a long time ago.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's a fantastic game. It was an Xbox Live Arcade title, so it did not get the full retail treatment. And how many platforms did that even come out on? I know it was Xbox. Was it out on PC prior
I don't
or
think
just
so.
Xbox?
I think it's just
Anyway,
it was Xbox. I think when Epic, they're just like
yeah.
big time Epic.
So fantastic game. Kind of when a lot of people passed it up because they really didn't hear about it. A lot of people didn't talk about it, but it's just a fantastic game. And I've talked about it a lot over the last couple of years just because I was looking forward to the possibility of Shadow Complex 2 coming out. Not too long ago, they actually had it as the free Games with Gold for the 360, right? That
Yep.
was this year. So,
Yes. Yeah. And it was
yeah,
one of the backwards compatible games
yes.
right off the bat when like all the early access people got in.
Yeah, it was one of the first 7 or 8 titles that they
Correct.
did the backwards treatment on.
Yep.
And they just announced that there's going to be a remastered version that's going to be coming out. There's a PC version that will be available immediately
Mm-hmm.
as of the announcement for the PC. And you can go out there to epicgames.com, I believe is the website, and
Just
you
go
can
to
download it.
shadowcomplex.com. Make it easy.
Okay,
Yep.
or that.
Yep. Go there and just click download. It is free right now. I've already got it, installed it, started playing it.
Yep,
So,
yep.
but it is the remastered version, and then they're
Yes,
porting
yes.
that remastered version to Xbox One.
Yeah, and that's going to be out sometime next year.
Yep.
So there's a whole bunch of ways that you can play this game. If you had the old version, you can play it on your Xbox One with backwards compatibility. Of course, you can play it on your 360. Now you can play it on the PC for free, and you can play it on Xbox One with the remastered version next year.
Yep. Yep. And I
So
I recommend playing
go
with
ahead.
a controller as well. I played on PC and tried keyboard and mouse. Play with a controller. I can only
Yeah.
it's a 2.5D. So, left and right or forwards and backwards. What you would use for forward and backwards is up and down, so it is completely backwards. So, yeah, save yourself some craziness and use a controller for sure.
Well, you actually beat me to it, Brun,
Oh,
because I was
sorry.
going to make some comments about that. And that's that when you play it on the PC with the keyboard, it uses your typical, what do they call it? The WASD,
WASD. Yep.
WASD
Yep.
setup, space jumps. You use your mouse to control where the character is going to be firing and such. I just could not play it. To me, it's almost unplayable.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
It's just something that you don't want to do. When you do the setup of the game, it actually shows a 360 controller. Did you see that, Brun?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So can you just hook up a 360 controller
Any controller. I
and
mean,
it'll
it doesn't have
work?
to be
Or
360. It could be an Xbox One. I have one that looks like. Sorry, I'm laying off. I have one of these. It's a black Xbox One controller. Just I forget where I got it from, but it was
okay.
like $20 or whatever. As soon as I plug it in, I can play any game. I use it for Rocket League and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that works with it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
So definitely go that route.
yes,
And so with it coming out on Xbox One, and surely you have to buy it, I started kind of wonder now that I've got it on the 360, I've got it free essentially on the Xbox One through backwards compatibility. Is it worth purchasing
it depends
to
how
have the native version?
much it is. In my mind,
Yeah.
I mean, if they're gonna try a $15-$20, I wouldn't. Like you said, because I have it in two places. I can play it on my
Yeah.
Xbox One, but for the people who didn't own it on 360, weren't gold when it was free with Games for Gold, you don't have it, you don't want to play it on your PC or anything, then I would say definitely pick it up because it is it
Yeah.
is it is one of my favorite games from the 360 era.
Yeah.
So it is definitely worth it. And
And
go ahead.
what I was going to say is it was an amazing game and it still is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games that came out in the 360 area, especially, I mean, that's what, 7 years ago?
Oh yeah, it's a
Is it
long
eight
time
years
ago.
ago? I can't, my math is shot.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a long time ago. There's so many games that came out back then that you look at them nowadays, they're not so good.
Right.
This is still awesome.
Yeah. Yep. So and the one thing is like it kind of looks a little. I mean it even the remastered one looks a little dated or whatever, but it is super smooth. Well, of course I'm playing on my PC, but if
Yeah.
you're a Metroid type person, you like those Metroid type games, you should definitely get this if you haven't played it because it is great. It is really good. So
Yeah.
definitely worth getting it. But that was when Mark sent us the email saying Shadow Complex Remastered. I was
Hmm.
like, what? I was like,
Yeah,
and
I
the
already
only
had it.
yeah, well, and the thing is with that is like I'm wondering if they're going to remaster it. Does that mean another one's coming?
There was, I was reading somewhere that they said by releasing this, it can open up the opportunity
Yeah,
to come up with more games.
yeah, so good.
So I think that we'll probably see something. Now, what exactly does remastered mean? Well, it just looks a little bit better. It's like they upped the quality on the textures. Other
Right,
than that, the game looks identical, I
and
think.
it'll run native,
Yeah.
so it'll run native on the Xbox One. You won't have to kick into the emulation or anything.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I was hoping that it's going to come out at like 4.99. Even if
I don't see that. That's too cheap.
I was hoping it would because even at
Yeah.
4.99 I would pick it up again just for support. To me that's worth. I don't want to say that $15 not worth to support them, but to me that's like a Sony thing to do. That's like releasing PlayStation 2 games and then saying, "Oh, you have to pay 15-20 dollars to pay for them to play them again, even though you have the disc." That's
Hmm.
just ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah,
So
definitely worth it.
yeah, if you've got a PC that you play any games on, definitely grab the free one. If you've never played it, you don't own any copy of it previously, pick it up when the Xbox One remastered comes out. And if you've got the backwards compatible version, the backwards compatibility version, definitely give that a play.
Right.
It's awesome game.
Yep.
And if you play the PC, use a controller.
Yeah. So I mean, I know. One other thing I wanted to say because
Yeah.
is I know we have people that listen to the show that actually own multiple consoles, which
Hmm.
hey, if you're a multi-console
Sure.
person, I support you. We're all gamers. Um, the Game Awards was last week, and then also PSX was last week. So for a lot of PlayStation news and stuff like that, for some reason I listened to a lot of podcasts and they were doing some predictions for that, and it looks like they went way under what everybody was hoping for. But I wanted to mention Final Fantasy VII Remake because there was all those questions because it was at the Sony E3 conference or announcements. It was a part of them, and I was like one of the things like it was like that and um, the Last Guardian and Shenmue 3 begging for money for to make Shenmue 3 or
Oh yeah, yeah. Shenmue.
Shenmue 3. Those three announcements is why they said like PlayStation 1. But the real question was if Final Fantasy was coming to Xbox One or if it was going to be PlayStation exclusive. It is not PlayStation exclusive. You will get to play it first on PlayStation, but Final Fantasy Remake will also be coming to Xbox One. So that was kind of some cool news to see. Um, Now the other thing is I was always kind of one of those things like I wish you would just announce things at E3 that would be coming out soon, if not early next year before the next E3. And a lot of people kept saying that Final Fantasy was going to come out next year, And I just kind of laughed because there would be no way that it ever would. Um, and they're saying that it actually is. What it looks like is part of Final Fantasy VII Remake will come out next year. So it seems like they might be making it episodic so they could get some of it out next year. I don't know if that's because just trying to get some games out or what. So I heard somebody say, well, at least it's better to do it episodic than having to wait till 2019 for it to come out as a full game, which would be completely crazy to have to announce a game and wait 4 years for it to come out. Definitely when it's a remake of
Yeah.
how many old game. But I don't know what that's going to do as far as the play it first on PlayStation versus Xbox. I don't know if it's like a 2 week, a 30-day. Nobody really mentioned. Nobody knows like how long that exclusivity, that timed exclusive is. Hopefully, it's not till all the games out because it does seem like it's going to be in development for a good while. So, but it seems like it might be episodic. But I just wanted to say that because I know that some people might be into Final Fantasy games. But all right. Anything else? No more.
No,
One more thing,
no.
so we can hit the Game Awards. So last thing we have tonight. I know it might be a quick show or whatnot. Is the Game Awards. Now these aren't our Game Awards. This is what our favorites are. I think we might be doing that next week. Our Game of the Year things next week.
Yeah.
So, but I wanted to go through here and we can kind of go down the line. We'll save Game of Year for last, but you're looking at the same side I am, right, Rob?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll go all the way down the left, and then we'll go all the way down the right, and then we'll do Game of the Year. Cool?
Yes.
So, best independent game. So you had Axiom Verge, you had Her Story, and you had Ori and the Blind Forest, and you had Rocket League, and Undertale. So you've played Ori.
Yes.
I know Imes and the guys over
Horrible Gamers.
yeah, at the Horrible Gamers podcast. I'm sorry, I've done that 3 times today. They're talking all about Her Story.
Hey,
Um,
we're so in tune with each other. I can finish your
I
sentences.
know, that's great. Did you play Her Story?
I played a little bit of
Okay,
it.
you
Yeah.
played a little bit of it as well, but I know when I was
Yeah.
on their show, they were talking about Her Story.
Oh yeah.
So that was up for it.
Yeah.
But
Sean just gushes over it. I mean, he
yeah,
loves that game.
yeah, yeah. So out of all those games, the winner, of course, would have been my pick. I just talked about it earlier, coming to Xbox One in February, and that is Rocket League. So
Oh
Rocket
wow.
League
Okay.
won Best Independent Game, which is great. So you're up. Would you have chosen anything
Okay.
different?
Um.
Of course, I guess you'd had to play all of them, but
Yeah. Well, I don't know much about the Axiom Verge. I could see Her Story. Ori definitely fantastic. Although it wasn't that Xbox only and PC?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Oh, okay. Um, and Undertale, I'm not really familiar with, but I could see Rocket League definitely winning it just because of the amount of time that people put into that
Oh,
thing. I mean, people just loved it.
yep, it's great.
Okay,
Yep, best narrative. You want to take that one?
sure. Okay, best narrative. So what are we doing? We're just reading off of these and then
Well, I just kind of
yeah.
went over the games
Okay.
and then picked the winner. I think
Okay.
I might just try to hit the big name games and then pick the winner.
Yeah.
Let them know what it was.
Okay, so best narrative. That was a bunch of games. So Her Story again, Life is Strange, Tales from the Borderlands, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and Until Dawn.
Ooh, which I know a lot of people like Until Dawn.
Yeah. And the winner wound up being Her Story
Yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah. I knew that game
Yeah.
won something. I couldn't remember
Yeah.
exactly what it was. Um, so I'm gonna skip that one. Try to
What
hit.
performance?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hit the ones people. Okay, best shooter. You know, I'm a shooter fan. Of course, you're gonna have Call of Duty Black Ops. You got Destiny. You got Halo 5. You got Star Wars Battlefront. and then you have Splatoon from Nintendo. So this one here, I will say that uh, the jury that voted on this must have been under the influence of something. Because out of all of those games, and I don't want to say it to knock this game because I know my daughter really wants to play it,
Yeah.
and it looks fun. And it probably is fun. I haven't played it. I don't want to knock it because of that. But I will say, if you're saying best shooter, by golly, and you have things like Call of Duty, Destiny, Halo 5, and Star Wars Battlefront, and Splatoon wins
Yeah.
over those guys, you are out of your mind. You are crazy at that point. I mean, I don't know. You can call me biased if you want, or oh, Splatoon was great. Yeah, okay. Splatoon is probably a blast and fun, and my kids will love it. But it should never compete with the likes of any of those other games on there.
Yeah.
Definitely on
Yeah.
a platform that hardly anybody has ever bought. So,
Oh, ouch.
hey, I mean, you're
It's
talking about
true.
it is true. It is true. I mean,
Yeah.
Splatoon is actually one of the games that's probably helped sell more Wii U's. But you're talking about a console that is in last place and it was out a year and a half, almost 2 years before the other consoles, I think. Definitely a year before.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, those consoles passed it within a year. So, but yeah, best shooter, my rear end. But all right, go ahead and do best role playing.
Okay. So for best role-playing game, the nominees were Bloodborne,
Okay.
Fallout 4, Pillars of Eternity, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and again Undertale.
Hmm.
And the winner was The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Yeah, which I thought was interesting. I figured
It's been out longer.
it's
It's
been
got to be
out
why.
it's been out longer, but I would have thought Fallout 4 would have probably got that. But I know a lot of people like The Witcher 3, so I can't really
Yeah,
say anything bad about it. So
because I would think almost that like Witcher, it has like a huge following in Europe. I know that
yeah,
from what I've heard. Maybe Fallout 4 is more US centric,
mm,
maybe. And plus, again, Witcher 3's been out for so much longer.
yeah, it was earlier this
Possibly if
year.
Fallout, yeah, if Fallout was out for the same amount of time, maybe it would have been the winner. Who knows?
Yeah. Um. So best family game. I'll do like the next two. I just want to say the best family game went to Super Mario Maker. It was going against like Disney Infinity and
Jeez.
Skylanders and Splatoon and that. I know that's another game my
I don't
kids are going.
understand this. This one just makes no sense.
What, the best family game?
Yeah.
You don't think
Super
so?
Mario Maker, really?
Have you played it?
I've never played it,
Right.
but from what I've heard,
Yep.
you just I mean this thing is people making Mario maps, right?
Kinda, yeah.
So there's all these horribly created and some impossible Mario maps.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all played the shooters that have like level creators.
Mm-hmm.
So you get somebody creates an awesome map, and then you get like 10 million other maps that are horrible.
Yeah.
I would picture this being the same way.
Right.
But hey, if it floats people's boat, all right.
Well, think about it this way. These people picked the best shooter to be Splatoon.
Yeah.
Okay, so the best family game, no matter how aggravating and horrible that your kids will probably cry and scream about it, they picked that. But
Okay.
but best multiplayer or
Yeah.
multiplayer.
Why don't you do this one? Because
Okay.
this was also a surprise.
Yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops, Destiny, Halo 5, Rocket League. Those, oh my gosh, I was just like, great. And the last nominee is Splatoon, and guess who won it? Splatoon wins it again.
Yeah.
So, the one thing about the Game Awards, let me say this. One thing about the Game Awards, I made a joke about it last week. I think I said it on the show. I couldn't remember if I was at work or whatever. I said the game that's going to win Game of the Year is going to be a Sony game, and they may not even have anything nominated for it, but it'll be a Sony exclusive, is what I said. I said it'll be a Sony first party exclusive, win Game of the Year, and they wouldn't even have to release a Sony first party exclusive, and they would still somehow win it. But it always seems whenever it's not Sony, it's a Nintendo game. It's like the judges. I'd have to see who the jury or the judges were that were voting on this, because I bet if you look at them, it's like all the guys that are always on the Nintendo podcasts and.
I was
and
about to
stuff
say they're
like
12 years old.
Yeah, but just like just like the best shooter, okay? You had all the same people in there except for Star Wars Battlefront wasn't in this one. But you add Rocket League, which got the best independent game, and you're saying the best shooter is where you shoot paint? Or best multiplayer is running around shooting paint? It's just, oh my gosh. Yeah, I could not see that one either. But all right, good,
Okay.
good. I don't want
What are we doing? Developer?
to. Yeah, developer
Go.
of the year. Yep, go.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that one.
All right. So the nominees for this are Bethesda, CD Projekt Red, From Software, Kojima or Kohima Productions,
Kojima.
and Nintendo. If the winner's Nintendo, I wonder based off of what game. But the winner for this was actually surprisingly not Nintendo and CD Projekt Red instead.
Yep.
So these are the guys that did Witcher.
Yep. Witcher 3. Yep. Very
All
good.
right.
Best mobile handheld games. So mobile games, Fallout Shelter, Lara Croft Go, Monster Hunter. Which when I saw Monster Hunter on there, I was like, "Oh, Monster Hunter's going to win it. Come on." As much they talk about handheld mobile games. But I've also heard a lot of big things out of Lara Croft Go, because I have Hitman Go and I really like it. But Lara Croft Go actually won. So probably in which is a little strange because Fallout Shelter is a blast too, and Fallout Shelter's free. Lara Croft Go is
Yeah.
is a I think $5 or $6 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yep. But all right. Trying to see which one we should skip. You want to do action adventure?
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So for action adventure, we have Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Batman Arkham Knight, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, Ori and the Blind Forest, and Rise of the Tomb Raider. Actually, there's some fairly decent games in here. And the winner was Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
Yeah,
Which, I don't know.
I would have said it would have been between that and Rise. So
Well, the problem with Rise, I think that might have hurt it again. Xbox only right now. So it's not on enough platforms. Ori was kind of like an indie title. Metal Gear has got the huge history. Batman, I'm surprised it didn't get it. Assassin's Creed, you never know with the issues that they had with Unity,
yeah, but
how people feel about it.
you don't win best action adventure game because you sold more than one or the other, or if
Yeah.
that you're on one console or the other. I mean, we've already seen 3 Nintendo games or a Nintendo game win all 3 things, and you can only get those on a Nintendo Wii U, which has a horrible install base. So I don't think it's that. I think Metal Gear Solid 5 is actually a really fun, is a really fun game. I've heard good things about it. Rise of Tomb Raider is also pretty good. I listen to these other podcasts and they kind of knock on Rise of the Tomb Raider, and they say, oh, because it was on Xbox, or oh, it came out the same day as Fallout. You know what? If people want, or Sony fanboys or whatever want to knock Rise of the Tomb Raider because it was only this, like, aha, that it sold crappy because it's only on one thing. Well, when it comes out on PlayStation, buy it. If you're so upset that it's only on one console and you don't want to go buy an Xbox One, which is completely your choice and you can do so, buy it when it comes out on the PlayStation. Support them. It's just like, don't do it because, oh, you didn't get it this November. Buy it next November.
Right.
So All right.
Okay.
I'll skip that
Skip
one.
fighting.
Sports game. Sports game. I'm just going to say it's Rocket League because it actually beef out. It was either going to be that or FIFA in my
I
thing.
I mean this one. So it was FIFA, the Forzas, NBA 2K16, and then the Pro Evolution Soccer 2016,
Yeah, and then
and
Rocket League.
Rocket League.
Yeah,
I mean, Rocket League is like arcadey. I don't think it should be in this category.
you don't think so? But it is a sports
No,
game.
sort
It's
of.
car soccer or
Yeah.
car football, wherever you prefer to say.
It just to me it doesn't belong in this list.
Yeah,
It's fine that it won, but
yeah,
it shouldn't be in this list.
yeah.
Just my thoughts.
So,
Want
real
to go
quick,
over art?
yeah, I was going to skip real quick. JD Bena on here wants to know if we gave the answer to the trivia question. Yes, what it was grenades. Him throwing grenades at his and killing his teammates, and
Throwing grenades at everybody.
yeah, and Graw too. So that I think that was the thing where some people mentioned friendly fire and stuff, but the people that answered that and won the random drawing was Dawn of Time BC and Carbide. So they were the two winners. So
Okay.
I was going to skip over best art direction.
Wait, just go over it real quick.
Oh well, yeah, because it's a
Yeah.
different game than what we've seen.
Yeah.
So you
Here,
had
I'll read it.
okay, go
Or
for it.
yeah. So for best art direction, we have Batman: Arkham Knight, Bloodborne, Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, Ori and the Blind Forest, and The Witcher Wild Hunt. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. And the winner was Ori and the Blind Forest. Not surprising here. It was a very beautiful game, and I'm actually shocked that Ori did not win the soundtrack
Oh, okay.
because the best score soundtrack went, I think, to Phantom Pain,
Yeah, it did.
if I'm right.
Yeah,
I think Ori was awesome in both fronts there.
yeah. And yeah, the thing with the best score soundtrack, to me, I would have made a Halo, but that's just me.
Yeah.
But yeah, best art direction. So I'm trying to see best fan creation, trending gamer. Trending gamer went to Greg Miller. Um, let's see, most anticipated game was okay. So out of most anticipated game, you had
What?
you had
This is stupid.
you had Horizon Zero Dawn, Quantum Break, The Last Guardian, the Last Guardian. You know, like oh my gosh, Last Guardian. Okay, sorry. And Uncharted 4, Thief's End, and No Man's Sky. You know, when I saw that, I was like, okay, it's gonna be Last Guardian because
What?
like, was that the one where
Yeah.
people were crying or not? No, that was a different game when people were crying. But I was just like, well, they're gonna pick Last Guardian. It's been announced 10 years ago, so why wouldn't it? But I went to No Man's Sky.
That makes no sense.
Now these are fan choices, so this had been like based on voting, which is why I'm really surprised No Man's Sky was actually picked. And then it's also probably crazy to think that I still don't even know if it's coming out next year.
Yeah.
So I think they said it is, but they never officially announced it. So, but all right, game of the year. So I said it was going to be a Sony first party exclusive. And the nominees were Bloodborne, first party Sony exclusive, Fallout 4, Metal Gear, Super Mario Maker, and The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. So when I saw all that, I knew what I was going to pick was going to win, but it was wrong. It was not a Sony first party exclusive.
Nope.
It went to The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. So again, like you
Okay.
said, came out earlier in the year. People loved it. Big fan. There's a big fan base in this game.
Huge fan
Yeah, it's
base.
bigger than what
Huge.
I thought it was. But you know, to me, when I watched gameplay, I didn't play it. When I watched gameplay and stuff like that, it seems like it's well deserved. So,
Yeah.
um, honestly, I wasn't. Yeah, I thought it was going to be Fallout 4. As much, just same thing like you. Like I picked the other one where The Witcher won. I was like,
hmm
oh, people are going to pick Fallout 4, but it was not the case. So.
Yeah.
That was from the Game Awards 2015. We will have our games of the year type stuff. Now we focus on Xbox related games, so
And stuff we like.
and stuff we like, but we try to stick toward 360 games,
Yes.
or sorry, Xbox games. So we will go over that next week because it is still a slow news week slash month. So, but all right, move along.
Yes.
All right. Our community, we have a Cafe Press page where you can buy shirts and T-shirts, mugs, anything under the sun, just everything that Cafe Press has. Christmas is coming. Why not get your favorite loved one this Xbox Live T-shirt? um, but we are on cafepress.com/this Xbox Life. Whoops, I hit the wrong checkbox. And so in community, you have multiple ways you can get a hold of us in the community. You have voicemails, which you go to thisxboxlife.com. You click on send voicemail on the right, follow prompts, and there you go. You can send us emails, contact@thisxboxlife.com. And we also can be contacted via Twitter, twitter.com/thisxboxlife. And our big one that majority of our conversations usually go toward is facebook.com/groups/this Xbox Life. Closed group, make a request, and we should let you in. We don't have anything this week other than all the emails that was going toward the request
Right.
for the contest.
The contest. Yeah.
So, but for this week, email us what your game of the year is. What was your favorite game and stuff like that. Send it to us, and we will put it on the show. Or send it in voicemail. We like voicemails. They are fun to put our community in the show for everybody to listen to. So, but all right, what's coming up on the releases?
Yeah, the releases for this coming week are actually kind of on the light side. For Xbox One, we have Starwall and Baseball Riot. 360 does not appear to have anything.
Nope.
So that is it. Also, make sure to grab your games with gold titles because actually, no, they got about one more week. Well, I'll remind everybody again next week.
Okay.
Since we'll be recording on the 13th.
Yep.
But make sure to grab those titles. And then if you make any purchases for yourself or your loved ones for this holiday season and you're using Amazon, make sure to use our Amazon affiliate link. You can find that at thisxboxlife.com and click on the big Amazon logo on the right-hand side of the page. Or you can also go to thisxboxlife.com/Amazon. It'll take you there. Make sure to use that link each and every time that you make a purchase on there. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it helps support the show. We get a teeny tiny itty-bitty little finder's fee for sending you their way. And then if you're on iTunes, if you have an Apple device, use iTunes and such, make sure to find our show, do us a favor, and rate us on there. And please rate us 5 stars. The more 5-star ratings that we get, the higher up we get bumped in their rankings over there. And that'll help us become a featured podcast so that more folks can find out about the podcast and the community.
Cool. Yeah, with all the Christmas shopping and stuff going, Amazon link, can't say enough.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah, and make sure to use that every time that you do your shopping. Just keep in mind that if you go somewhere else and you click on an Amazon link, that'll probably replace our affiliate link with whoever else's. So just do it each time.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that's all I got.
Yeah, it's about it.
Is that all you have?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, everybody, yeah, thanks, Hawk, for showing up late. Jeez. So, real quick question here on Twitch from Xbox Gamer Mike. He has some Gears of War codes that we gave away a couple last week. And you can, if you want to give them out to everybody, the easiest thing is to do them on Facebook. If you want to give them to us to give away on the show, you can email them, contact@thisxboxlife.com. But it's completely up to you. They're your codes. You can donate however you would like. So, and we appreciate it. It's pretty cool. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
But trying to think if I had anything else. Wing hopefully is back next week. Like I said, it was just the last minute.
He goes to E3 so often.
I
What's
know.
the deal?
Goes there and the doors are locked, and he has to go all the way home.
Yeah.
So, but cool. All right. Thanks everybody, and here on Twitch, or hanging out with us, and everybody who downloaded the show. So we appreciate it, and we will see you next week. Oh, let me flip back my screen here. Hi, Flip. I'm Braun BJ Swick 33.
And I'm Rob, also known as Presar. Thanks for listening, everybody.
It's been a long time since I was hosting the show.
You're all rusty.
Yeah. Good night, guys.